Good morning, everybody. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome to the Ralph Graves Jr. Show. You guys here? My name is Ralph Graves Jr. So glad to have you guys here. It's another Wednesday. It's 10 a.m. Thank you for coming alongside me and the team as we try to just to keep moving this thing forward. Good morning, Smooth the Barber. What's going on Instagram Live? To my Instagram Live people over to my right and my Facebook people straight ahead on Facebook Live. And just happy to be here. Another week has gone by. Good morning, Janae.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning, Kyer.
Good morning.
Good to see you guys. Everybody doing well this morning? Everyone here?
Yep.
Very good. Very good. Very good. I mean, what a crazy week I have had. First of all, we weren't here last week. My father passed away on November the 3rd, and we had to take care of that, myself and the family. But I want to thank you for all your cards, all your condolences. Hey, good morning, George. Good morning, big bro. Good morning, Deshauna. Thank you for all the cards, all the condolences during that time. And I want to thank you guys for the continued love and support. Some people have been checking in with me over the past couple of days. They kind of knew how close me and my father were. But thank you for checking in, and we keep this thing going. Good morning, Jasmine. My daughter Jasmine's on. Good morning. Good morning, Black Butterfly on Instagram Live, the unprofessional opinion. Good morning on Instagram Live. Good to have you guys here. Today's topic, we're going to talk about the urgency of now, or having a now urgency. Having a now urgency. Here's the deal, guys. I said it on one of my Truth Boost posts this morning somewhere, I think I might have put it on TikTok, where I said that the dream is free, but the work, the hustle, the reward, it's all sold separately. Good morning, Aunt Pam. I love you too. It's all sold separately. The dream is free, but the work, the hustle, and the reward are all sold separately. So you have to have this now urgency. You know, one thing that death always brings to mind is how short life is. And I put a post up a little while ago, maybe yesterday or the day before. Life really isn't short. I just think that we all wait too long to really live. And so we're going to talk about the urgency of now. So that's what we're going to talk about this morning. So good morning, everybody. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Hope everyone is doing well. Feel free to call in, share. I said call in. I'm so used to saying call in. We're going to have a number for you very shortly for you to call in. But feel free to post here on Instagram Live and Facebook Live. I would love to talk about your comments. We're going to talk about the urgency of now. Now, I do have a question of the day. Start thinking about this question. I think Janae came up with this question. What happens if you keep doing exactly what you're doing? If you keep doing exactly what you're doing, what will become of your life? What will happen? What will happen if you keep doing exactly what you're doing? So that's the question of the day. That's the topic of the day, the urgency of now. Thank you guys for joining in. And thank you guys for being a part of this. And you can check us out on Facebook and Instagram Live. And I think Instagram only got one viewer, but hey, hang in there, one viewer. You can check us out on Instagram Live and Facebook Live. And as we talk about these topics together, as we grow together, we're talking about the urgency of now. The question of the day is, what happens if you keep doing exactly what you're doing? What happens? What happens? What happens? Greg Caven says you get more of what you got, whether good or bad. Thank you for checking in, brother Greg. It's my brother Greg Caven, man. Thanks for checking in. Yeah, you keep getting more of what you got if you keep doing what you're doing, whether good or bad. What would your life look like if you keep doing exactly what you're doing? If you keep your same habits right now, if you keep your same associations, if you're not stretching yourself, if you're not growing, will you really be able to obtain your dreams or live your dream or get to your goals? Like I said earlier, the dream is free. The dream is free, but the reward, the grind, the hustle, all that is sold separately. All of that is sold separately. Deshauna Clark checks in, said, you're going to get the same thing. going to get the same thing. So I really hope that after this program we'll understand the urgency of now. Let me talk to my co-host. How was you guys the last couple days? I know you always forget about the weekend. The last couple days, how you guys doing? What's going on, Chef? How you guys? How was your weekend? What you guys do? Anything? Janae, you're on.
Oh, I did a lot of shopping.
Oh, you went shopping?
Yeah.
Where'd you go shopping?
Marshalls.
Oh, you actually went to the store.
Yeah, I did. I bought like a whole bunch of I got like a new skincare routine going down.
Okay.
I think it's working pretty okay. My skin feels smoother and softer.
Very good. Very good. What about you, Kyrie?
I had a good weekend. My last few days were good too, though.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Very good. Very good. A lot of people checking in on Facebook Live on the question. You know, some people say Alton Walker says you get stuck right where you are. Joyce Smith says if in answer to the question, you will die on the vine. I like that. You'll die right on the vine. Hey, my godfather checks in, Charles Wilkins, Pastor Charles Wilkins, man. So good to have you checking in with me this morning. Yes, Sister Joyce Smith is exactly right. If we keep doing right what we're doing, we're going to die right on the vine, right on the vine, you know. Yeah. We can't do it. Hey, listen, have you ever thought of something you wanted to do so badly, but you felt like the time just wasn't right? We get this excuse, I should say, that the time's not right. Always got to wait. Listen, sometimes if you listen to that logic, you will never, ever get around to igniting that passion or get around to doing what it is that you really want to do. I mean, I got some phenomenal leaders and followers and influencers on here. And a lot of times, well, I'm going to wait till the kids get older. I'm going to wait till someone finishes school. I'm going to wait until next year. I had this conversation with my son and he was like, yeah, in January. And I stopped him right there. I said, why January? Why are we waiting till January? You see, you have to have a now urgency. I said it earlier. Life isn't too short. We just wait too long to live it. Life really isn't too short. When you were born, God gave you a start and an end date. We just wait too long to live it. And so we're talking about the urgency of now. Have you ever wanted to do something so badly, but you just felt it wasn't right? Have you ever been there? Have you ever been there? Like the timing's not right. Matter of fact, somebody share with me something that you put off, if you care to share, because we're all growing, that you wish you had it started earlier, that you didn't understand this now urgency. Why did you put it off? Why didn't you jump on it at the time? And how do you feel about it now? Because life has a now urgency. Anyone care?
I think I don't think I have a problem so much as saying that things aren't the right time. I think my problem is more so I have no plans. You know what I mean? Like, it's like I don't mind starting things immediately, but I feel like I don't have anything to start.
Okay. Well, you got to write down the vision. You got to write down the plan. Got to write it down. That's the start. Sister Joyce says this: we may not make it to the later time. If it comes to you, it's time to start. I agree 100%. If it comes to you, Instagram Live, if it comes to you, Facebook Live, if you have this idea, if you have this vision, it's time to start. There's no such thing as I'm going to wait till January. There's no such thing as I'm going to wait until. No, start. And start might mean investigating. Start might mean what Janae just said, writing the plan down. That's might be what starting is. Formulating the plan. Goal and plan. Remember, the goal doesn't change, but sometimes our plans do. You football guys, you basketball guys, you sports people. You know, sometimes you got to change the play. But the ultimate goal is to win what we're doing here. So have you ever wanted something so badly, but you just felt the time wasn't right? Why haven't you started? Why haven't you gotten started? Why haven't you gotten started? And so, I'm just, because there has to be a now urgency. My dad used to say this, right? And I think I had Janae put this up. My dad used to say, do what you can where you are with what you have and never be satisfied. I think that we actually believe we need more than what we already have to get started. Could that be it? You guys know I'm a pastor of a church. I'm a Bible believer. I love the Lord. Moses, right? Moses tells God, I can't do it. I don't have equipment. And God tells Moses, you have to use what's in your hand. Use the staff. Throw the staff down. You're going to do some stuff through what you already have in your hand. Pastor Charles Welcome says, many people encourage me to wait on my vision. And I finally realized they just wanted company in the waiting room. Tell it, Pastor. They were stuck in. Some people just want company in the waiting room that they're stuck in. Be careful of letting spiritually blind people feed your spirit. Straight from my godfather. I'm honored that he would even check in today. You hear that? That's wisdom. He realized that many people encouraged him to wait on their vision. It might be happening with you. Some people might be saying, wait a minute, encouraging you to wait. And then he finally realized they just wanted company in the waiting room that they were stuck in. Be careful letting spiritually blind people feed into your spirit. Thank you so much, Pastor. Thank you for that. Listen, you already have it in your hand. Shauna Clark says you can do more with less. Whatever you need to start, you already have. Someone lied to you. Someone lied to us sometimes and told us we were inadequate. Told us that we needed more. Listen, you get more and you grow more as you're taking the journey, as you're moving forward on the journey. As you're moving forward on the journey. Yeah, Deshauna Clark, she's quoting Nike. Nike said, just do it. Now, Deshauna, we will not be quoting Nike until Nike starts paying the Ralph Graves Jr. show. It's the last time I'll quote Nike. But no, I hear you. But listen, this is what it is. You already are, you're adequate. You already have enough to get started on your goal, on your plan, on that God-given vision. You can start writing the book. You can start writing the next chapter. I don't know what's inside of you. I don't know if it's a business. I mean, I don't know if it's a new level of ministry to my pastors that are watching and checking in. I don't know what it is. I don't know if you're a solopreneur, entrepreneur. I don't know what it is, but I'm here to tell you. I'm here to encourage you. You're already equipped to get started. That's to be an urgency of now. Do what you can, where you are, with what you have. Don't be satisfied. Don't be satisfied. Don't do that. Hey, Janae, Kair, check in. So, what happens if you keep doing what you're doing?
I guess nothing happens.
What about you, Kair?
Same.
See, and that's these are not trick questions. I think we're just trying to realize it's time to do more. We have a chance to do more. We can grow. Do what you can, right where you are with what you have. Never be satisfied. I don't know what your hopes and dreams are, but you can start. You can start right where you are. And as you grow and as you move, more begins to come to you. But you know what? Your vision won't even take you seriously until you start. Your vision won't even take you seriously until you start. It won't. And listen, I could go into a whole another show on the infrastructure of consistency. You have to be consistent. You have to be consistent. We're out here every week, right? We're doing this Facebook Live. We did the radio station, did Instagram. Look, I only got one viewer on Instagram, one. But you know what? I'll show up every single solitary week for the one. I'll show up every single solitary week for the 13 people viewing this on Facebook Live. I'll show up every week because there has to be an infrastructure of consistency to achieve those things that we really want. Joyce Smith said the question really makes you look at where are you or where you are. Going back to my theological roots, when Adam in the Garden of Eden, when he sinned, the Lord asked Adam, where are you in Genesis? And we often talk about, he wasn't asking Adam where he was in the physical sense. He knew where Adam was. He's asking Adam, where are you spiritually? And I think sometimes you need to ask yourself, where am I? Where am I on my God-given task? Where am I on this journey? Where am I? Where am I just getting caught up in the day-to-day? Am I caught up fulfilling someone else's dream? Am I getting caught up in fulfilling someone else's prophecy, I guess? Or am I doing what I've been designed and called to do? It's the urgency of now. There has to be a now urgency. Guys, it's 10:15. We're going to take a break. We're going to have our sponsors say a few things to you. We're going to come back and we're going to continue talking about the urgency of now. We'll talk about the topic of the day. We're going to talk about the question of the day. It's the holiday season. We will get into some of that as well. My name is Ralph Graves Jr. You are watching or listening to, or wherever you are, the Ralph Graves Jr. Show. We'll be right back after these messages.
Revive Hydration is a proud sponsor of the Ralph Graves Morning Show. Revive Hydration is the first IV hydration and vitamin infusion service in the South Jersey area. For more details, please visit their website at www.revivehydration.com, or you can give them a call at 856-485-0070. Again, their website, www.revivehydration.com, or give them a call at 856-485-0070.
Hey everybody, my name is Ralph Graves Jr. I'm the host of the Ralph Graves Jr. Show, and I want to invite you to pick up my book, Unstoppable. I wrote a book called Unstoppable. It's 7 universal laws that will transform how you pursue and achieve success. The one thing that my 20 years of law enforcement has taught me is that no matter who you are, we are all governed by universal laws, like gravity. But in this book, we're going to talk about laws like the law of forgiveness, laws like the law of control, the law of intelligent practice, the law of expectancy. I was able to see how those, no matter what their background was, those who identified and treated these laws with respect, they were able to go on and lead successful lives. So pick up this book, and you can go ahead and pick it up at Amazon.com, BarnesandNoble.com, RalphGravesJr.com, where anywhere where fine books are sold. Thank you.
Do you believe in your singing abilities? The I Believe Project is giving a chance for 5 singers to record an album in a professional studio for free. Be sure to submit your video. Friends and fans, along with celebrity judges, get to help choose the winners, calling all singers and critics. And friends and fans, get ready to help vote for your favorites. Visit IBelieveProject.live for more details and your chance to win.
Hey everybody, my name is Ralph Graves Jr. I am the author of this book called Unstoppable. Now, what Unstoppable is about is it's 7 universal laws that will transform how you pursue and achieve success. Why don't you pick up your copy today? Go to my website, www.ralphgravesjr.com. Go to Amazon. This book is sold wherever fine books are sold, anywhere in the country. My name is Ralph Graves. Let's be unstoppable together.
Hey guys, welcome back to Ralph Graves Jr. Show. We're talking about the urgency of now. One of the things that I want to say to you guys, and they put this on the screen, when you have goals, ideas, and dreams, you must live your life with the strategy of right now. That's what you have to do. You have to live your goals, or you have to live your life with the strategy of right now. When you have goals, ideas, dreams, you must live your life with the strategy of right now. Stop putting stuff off and get at it right now. Deshauna Clark says, if you reach 1, you're making a difference. God went back for the 1. Thank you for the encouragement, Deshauna, for saying that, So that's what we're talking about today. Hey guys, what happens if you keep doing what you're doing? What's your life look like? If you just keep doing, if you keep eating the same meals, you keep associating with the same people, you keep the same study habits. What does your life look like if you keep the same work ethic? How can you achieve, you got to this level doing what you're doing. You can't go to the next level by doing the same thing. You can't go to the next level by doing the same thing. So what does your life look like if you have the same work ethic? What does your life look like if you and procrastination are still tight? What does your life look like if you still not eating right, if you're not exercising, if you're not reading, if you're not going deeper, what does your life look like? What does it just remains the same if we don't go harder, if we don't go deeper. I'm gonna tell you this, right? I lost my father last week. I keep saying it because I'm talking about it because I'm healing. You don't ever get over anyone. That loss just really becomes a part of your life. But that loss also that pain, that loss, it also can create something in you, and it could give you something more that you didn't have until the loss occurred. I didn't have what I have today. Now I had my father, praise God for that, I had all the lessons, but that pain and that loss created something else in me. So our losses, even our greatest losses, even our greatest fears, that if you pay attention to them, they'll create something else in you. Now I know I'll see my father again. I'm a believer. For God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten son, that whosoever believeth in him should not perish but have everlasting life. I know I'll see my daddy again. I know all the verses. I know he's in a better place. I know all the stuff that people want to say. I know all of that. I'm still dealing with the loss, but in dealing with the loss, there's some lessons in the pain that I could not have learned until I experienced this pain myself. Gonna make me a better pastor, gonna make me a better preacher, gonna make me a better friend, gonna make me a better husband, gonna make a better father. It's gonna make me so when you have goals, ideas, and dreams, you have to live life with the strategy of right now. So what could you do right now? What could you do right now? What have you been putting off that you could do right now that really stretch you, elevate you, and get you to that place of really realizing that vision and that dream that God has put inside you? Hey, Nada, how you doing? Nada says hello on Instagram Live. Nada, how are you? How are you? You know, so what can you do now? What can you do now? We're also talking about, tomorrow is not promised. Got to live like tomorrow's not promised. Got to live like today is the only day that you have. You got to love like today is the only day that you have. There's some calls that you haven't made that you got to make. There's some things you have to do that you haven't done. And so it's the urgency of now. So ladies, chime in. What say you, Kair? What say you, Janae, on this urgency of right now? What say you?
Well, this whole topic is reminding me basically of Hamilton, which...
What does it remind you of Hamilton?
I know. I really like it. But yeah, because like that was like the whole theme of at least this person's rendition of the life of Alexander Hamilton, was that everything was right now. Like he acted like he had no more time left doing anything.
Right. Yeah.
And everything just makes me think of Hamilton. So
well, I mean, do you really know how much time you have left? So why wouldn't everything be right now?
I know everybody wants to be like, Aaron Burr and like wait for it,
yeah.
But you can't wait for it. You have to go for it because you don't know how much time you have left.
Yeah.
And also, I don't think it just means like how much time you have like in years like of life, but like how much time you have for that opportunity to even be viable. So
yes.
It's not even like, oh, I'm going to live to be 75, 85, but it's like, no, how long do you have in this sect? Like,
right.
In this part of your life, in this season, if you will.
Sure. Yeah. So it's a now urgency. It's now urgency. I was sharing on Instagram Live with a young man named Smooth the Barber. We'll just call him Smooth the Barber. And he's on Instagram. Sometimes when we go to break on Facebook Live, Instagram Live is still running, and I share with them some stuff that I can't share with you guys. But I was just sharing with him on Instagram Live that I saw something the other day. Greg Caven said on Facebook Live, he said, nothing is more expensive than regret. You got that right. And I was telling with Smooth the Barber on Instagram Live, I said, listen, what this pandemic or what life shows us, if you just pay attention, is that there are wartime generals and peacetime generals. Wartime generals and peacetime generals. When everything was going right and everything was smooth, man, people were they were peacetime generals, man. They had all the answers, everything. And that's cool. They were doing great. But as soon as this difficulty of the pandemic and everything else we experienced, these different shutdowns, you got a chance to see who the wartime generals were. You got a chance to see that who could still make it, who could still survive, who could still be a person of influence during the wartime. Now, you prepare for that right now. You don't prepare for that later on. Prepare for that right now. Pastoring a church, we were live streaming 10 years ago. So when all this hit and this, that, and the other thing, and people were scrambling, people were calling me, well, who do I got to call? And I'm like, man, I'm so far removed from that right now. So if anything, start preparing for the worst of times right now. Whatever you need to do, start it now. It's a now urgency. It's a now. We don't know how life is going to change, but we have to start making preparations for things right now. Greg Kamen says nothing is more expensive than regret. Man, regret is tough. You're going to wish you started something when you're supposed to start it. But there's nothing worse than regret. Hey, on a lighter note, let me share this with you guys. It's the holiday season. Greg Kamen, pay attention to this. You're gonna like this. I started watching my holiday Christmas movies. Now, it's not Hallmark, Lifetime. I don't do none of that. That ain't for me. It's my wife. All that is the same movie anyway. My Christmas movies include the whole Die Hard series. It's all shot during Christmas time. Greg, I watched Die Hard 2 the other day. Probably the best. I don't know between Die Hard 1 and 2, but John Amos was in Die Hard 2. So I started my Christmas series. John McClane. Listen, before there was Jack Reacher, before there was Jason Bourne and all these other guys, I grew up with a guy named John McClane. Die Hard series. Greg, remember John McClane? Remember Die Hard? I watched Die Hard 1 and 2 this weekend. So now I got 3 and 4. I don't know how many Die Hards they are, but that's my Christmas series. What's your favorite holidays movies, guys? Janae, what's yours? Hamilton. It's not a holiday movie. You're muted yourself.
Yeah.
You muted yourself. So we'll go to Kaya. Kaya, what's your favorite holiday?
My favorite is The Grinch.
The Grinch.
Yes.
Okay, that ranks.
Yeah.
But,
The Jim Carrey one, right?
huh?
The Jim Carrey Grinch.
Yeah.
Yes. Yep.
Yeah.
Holiday movie. I don't know. I don't really like holiday movies.
Oh Lord.
I'm trying to think. I really don't. I mean, yeah.
Guys, I raised my child right. Mr. Barber, he says Elf. He says
Anything on the Hallmark Channel or Freeform during the holidays.
no, we don't. Okay, I guess that's for the ladies. The Hallmark
I
Channel.
literally groan when, because all my mom watches is Hallmark movies, and I literally groan while watching them. Like, it's so cheesy. Like, it's terrible. Like, it's just like,
terrible.
seriously. No, I'm more of a drama. Christmas everything's just too cheery. You know what's a good Christmas movie?
I just said Die Hard 2. What is cheering about Die Hard 2? It's not a cheery Christmas movie.
I didn't see that, but like The Grinch has like a warm message. Elf is all like Papa,
So we're not going to get an answer out of you. Smooth the Barber on Instagram Live. He says he's running it down. Jingle All the Way, Elf. He sounds like he got kids.
Right? Jingle All the Way. I remember that from my childhood.
I don't remember Jingle All the Way.
That's with Arnold Schwarzenegger and the doll, right? And the action
Oh,
figure.
that's the one. Yeah. Sinbad was in there too.
Yes.
Yeah.
He was Mel.
Deshauna Clark say The Christmas Story. That's always a classic. Always a classic. Christmas Story.
Wonderful Life.
Wonderful Life. Okay. Hey guys, we forgot this segment. Let's talk about something new you tried. We're talking about the urgency of now. That's the main topic. But we forgot this segment of the show. Something new you tried. What have you tried? What did you dare to try? Greg Kamen, I have not gotten to the avocado yet, but I will. What have you dared to try that you didn't try before? I'm going to try something today that I never tried before. I never cooked a piece of tuna, like a yellowfin tuna steak. I'm going to try that today. But what have you tried?
Kyra, did you try anything? Do you want to go first?
No.
I tried going vegan on purpose.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like
And
just
how
for
did it
a
work?
day, because I was with Sydney.
Oh, for a day. That doesn't even
Yeah.
count. Okay. All right. Greg Cannon said Christmas Vacation, his favorite show.
I had meatless crab cakes.
Mike or Smooth the Barber says eggplant parmesan. What did you have?
Crabless crab cakes.
You know what I had? Maybe I've never tried it for the first time. Maybe I did try it for the first time. I had stone crab legs.
Mm.
They were really good. So anyway, that's what I tried. All right, we're talking about the urgency of now. Guys, if you haven't, follow me on all my other platforms, Instagram Live, Facebook. Where am I, Kyra? Everywhere, right?
You are everywhere, yes. Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, YouTube.
Yeah. I wrote a book, guys. I wrote a book called Unstoppable. If you haven't, go get it. If you haven't gotten it already, go get it. 7 universal laws that'll change the way that you achieve and pursue success. And I think it'll bless you. And for those who have been buying it, thank you so much. Working on book number 2 right now. And that book is all about attitude. On the attitude that we have toward things will determine our outcome. And so that book will be coming out in the spring. So pray for me as we do that. Guys, I pastor Cornerstone Community Church in Millville, New Jersey. The website is c3ecornerstone.net. You can go in there now. You can look at past sermons. You can look at some of the stuff we've been doing. Janae, those sermons are still up, right? Yeah, we got stuff still up. We got all kinds of stuff going on. You can follow the church on Facebook and Instagram, wherever I am, the church is. We'd love to have you join us on Sunday mornings virtually if you want to, or you can come out with limited seating on Sunday. You can come out 8:30 and 10 o'clock, and we just lift up the name of the Lord. That's what we do. But go to www.c3ecornerstone.net and see what's up. Oh, I got to mention this before the break. This weekend, and I don't know if my godfather's still watching, but I learned these strategies from him. This weekend, I started. I didn't start it. My wife, smarter people than me. My wife and her team started a community development corporation called Cities Hope. Cities Hope CDC got a grant from Wawa, and so this weekend we are having a grab and go. It's a box lunch and soup. It's soup and sandwiches already boxed up safely. Grab and go. You drive by. You come right down Church Street. You ain't got to get out of your car. You don't have to stop riding your bike. It's a grab and go. No questions asked. We got a grant to kind of give back to our neighborhood. And so we're going to do box lunches, hot soup and sandwich. All of our volunteers will be in their PPE and their gloves and their masks. And all you got to do is ride by. No questions asked. Just ride by, get a soup, get sandwiches. I think the sandwiches are ham, turkey, tuna, and I'm not sure what the soup is. But once again, I'm just out there smiling. This has been put together by Cities Hope Community Development Corporation under the direction of my wife and her team. And so on Saturday morning at 11 o'clock, 911 Church Street in Millville, New Jersey. Listen, I don't know where you're viewing this, but you can come from anywhere. Just drive by, tell me how many people in your car, you get a box lunch, soup and sandwich, and we'll be giving them out until they run out. And so we want to thank Wawa Wawa. See, I go to Wawa all the time. We want to thank Wawa for that grant. And we just want to give back. That's this Saturday. Here at Cornerstone under the so that'll be fun. That'll be fun. So we'll do that. Janae, we're going to take a quick commercial break. We'll come back with the first of the day. We're going to finish talking about the urgency of now. We're going to read some of your comments. Leaders rise in crisis. You're exactly right, Deshauna Clark. We're going to talk about some of your comments. We may even talk about your favorite Christmas or holiday movie. I don't know, but we'll be right back after these messages. Instagram, you're not going to commercial. You still got me, but we'll be right back. See you.
Hey everybody, my name is Ralph Graves Jr. I am the author of this book called Unstoppable. Now, what Unstoppable is about is it's 7 universal laws that will transform how you pursue and achieve success. Why don't you pick up your copy today? Go to my website, www.ralphgravesjr.com. Go to Amazon. This book is sold wherever fine books are sold, anywhere in the country. My name is Ralph Graves. Let's be unstoppable together.
Revive Hydration is a proud sponsor of the Ralph Graves Morning Show. Revive Hydration is the first IV hydration and vitamin infusion service in the South Jersey area. For more details, please visit their website at www.revivehydration.com, or you can give them a call at 856-485-0070. Again, their website, www.revivehydration.com, or give them a call at 856-485-0070.
Hey everybody, my name is Ralph Graves Jr. I'm the host of the Ralph Graves Jr. Show, and I want to invite you to pick up my book, Unstoppable. I wrote a book called Unstoppable. It's 7 universal laws that will transform how you pursue and achieve success. The one thing that my 20 years of law enforcement has taught me is that no matter who you are, we are all governed by universal laws, like gravity. But in this book, we're going to talk about laws like the law of forgiveness, laws like the law of control, the law of intelligent practice, the law of expectancy. I was able to see how those, no matter what their background was, those who identified and treated these laws with respect, they were able to go on and lead successful lives. So pick up this book, and you can go ahead and pick it up at Amazon.com, BarnesandNoble.com, RalphGravesJr.com, where anywhere where fine books are sold. Thank you.
Revive Hydration.
Do you believe in your singing abilities? The I Believe Project is giving a chance for 5 singers to record an album in a professional studio for free. Be sure to submit your video. Friends and fans, along with celebrity judges, get to help choose the winners, calling all singers and critics. And friends and fans get ready to help vote for your favorites. Visit IBelieveProject.live for more details and your chance to win.
What's up, everybody? I was talking to my daughter on Instagram Live. She said her favorite movie is The Christmas Shoes. I don't know what that is.
Yeah, that's a
but
good one.
probably a Hallmark.
It's sad.
Is it like a Hallmark joint too?
No,
Yeah.
it is not a happy ending.
Oh. Oh no. Okay. Why my daughter like sad stuff? You act like that. I raised y'all in a sad environment.
Well, it doesn't have. It's not always about you. You know, it's what I like. It's what we like.
Verse of the day. Thank you, Janae. Verse
Right.
of the day.
Right? Okay. So we love a good full calendar, but we should always be ready to start now. James 4:14 tells us why. Whereas ye know not what shall be on the morrow, for what is your life? It is even a vapor that appeareth for a little time and then vanish away. The time is now. That was your verse of the day.
The time is now. James 4:14. Keep it up so I can read it again, so I can emphasize it to my Instagram group and Facebook group. James 4:14. James writes this, the word of God, King James Version. Whereas ye know not what shall be on the morrow. What is your life? It's vapor. Appeareth for a little time, vanisheth away. There's a now urgency. Listen, if you don't know Jesus Christ as your personal Savior, don't wait till Sunday. Do it now. Do it now. He accepts you just as you are. John 3:16, for God so loved the world that whosoever believeth in him should not perish but have everlasting life. Do that now. Don't wait. Don't say I got to get myself together. I'll do it tomorrow. I'm going to start reading my Bible on Sunday. No. James, the Bible even tells you, what is your life? You don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. We don't really know what's going to happen 10 minutes from now, but you have the opportunity of right now. You have the opportunity of right now to accept Christ as your personal Savior. You have the opportunity of right now to really begin to work on your vision, to work on the goal that you have for your life. And remember, like I said earlier, use what's already in your hand. Use what you already have. Some of you have wonderful personalities. Use them. Some of you are wonderful people who know how to influence others. Use it. Some of you have great wit. Use it. Some of you are very intelligent. Use what you have and begin designing, working on the plan so that you become who God called you to become. Now, let me say this to Christians. Stop, and I got to say this to Christians, right? Jesus never called you to live an insulated life. Ooh, what that means, Mr. Graves? That means that what he plants in you to do is for other people. Stop shutting yourself behind the door and I'm just going to love Jesus all by myself and I'm going to study. I'm great. I'm glad you study, but all that studying and you never put it to use for the kingdom. All Christ never called you to be insulated. If Jesus Christ was alive today, he would probably be in all of the places you refuse to go to win people for the kingdom, the cause of Christ. So please stop being insulated. Please stop keeping your little gifts all to yourself. Hey, listen, Pastor Graves is everywhere. That's why I'm on every platform. That's why you might catch me everywhere, because if Christ opens the door for me, I'm going to stand on whatever platform he opens and I'm going to proclaim his name to everybody. And maybe just one person might give their life over to Christ. Because I'm telling you, if he did it for me, he could do it for you. Some of you watch this program, or you watching these shows, you think, oh, Pastor Graves got it together. And some of you are watching this and you knew me before I had it together. And I'm telling you, if God can do it for me, he'll do it for you. But you cannot live an insulated life, isolated or insulated life. All right. Stop being afraid to take what God has given you out into the world. Now, the world should not be able to change you. You've been called by the power of Christ to change the world. Now, maybe you're not out there. Maybe you live in an insulated life because you're afraid that the world will change you. And that's a grounded problem. That's a rooted problem. If something is changing me, then my roots ain't deep enough. But I need my roots deep enough so I can go out there and I can be a change agent, that I can give the gifts. I can act right now on the gifts that God has given me. I don't know. Maybe I'm just talking to be talking, and I'm just trying to help somebody. But anyway, we're talking about right now. That was the verse of the day. Has anybody tried anything that you care to share? We're talking about a now urgency. We're also talking about trying some stuff you never tried before. We're also talking about maybe your favorite Christmas movie, or what have you watched? Because we're coming up to the Christmas season, right? What have you watched? What will you watch? I told you my Christmas movies include Die Hard. There's some other stuff too, some other Christmas movies that I like out there as well that are adventurous and things like that. But I got to get through the whole Die Hard first. John McClane's Where It's At. Janae, you gonna say something?
I know what I want to try.
What's that?
I put it in the chat yesterday. No one answered me, so I'm gonna put it out here.
Excuse us.
The tongue scraper.
The what?
The tongue scraper.
Yeah, you know why nobody answered you?
What?
Because we just shook our heads and kept it moving.
Whatever.
What is a tongue scraper? Why are we talking about this?
It like helps you with your oral hygiene. Like, you know how you can brush your tongue because like your tongue is gross when bacteria and food and nasty.
I'm sorry to all of my listeners and viewers.
Talk and breathe in the air and it gets stuck on your tongue. You just.
I'm sorry. This is the middle child. Middle children are different than the first and the last. If you are a middle child or have a middle child.
Why? Should I tell them why we're different?
No. I'm talking. Look, and Precious says that she can't wait to see the Jingle Jangle movie. What's Jingle Jangle? Is that
yes, I'm gonna watch it tonight. It's new on Netflix, and I heard it's so cute and good.
I think my mom saw it this weekend with Jasmine and her kids.
Mm-hmm.
William Shatner says this, guys. William Shatner says this about the urgency of now. Remember William Shatner? Anybody remember him? Captain Kirk, Star Trek, bunch of other stuff. T.J. Hooker. I'm dating myself. T.J. Hooker. It's not a movie about prostitution. It was a show about a cop whose last name was Hooker. T.J. Hooker. He said this. He wrote a song, actually. He's a songwriter as well. He's a brilliant guy. People, they often say, who'd you like to meet? For some reason, I want to meet William Shatner. Live like you're going to die because you're gonna. That's the name of one of his songs. It has to be a now urgency, a now urgency, a now urgency. Whatever you're seeking is also looking for you as well. I want you to know that. Whatever you're seeking is also for looking for you as well. So guys, it's a now urgency. It's a now urgency. And so if you got to write it, write it. If you got to sing it, sing it. If you want to do something never done before, do it. If you want to go somewhere you've never gone before, do it. If you need to, if you want to grow in different areas, then you go ahead and do it. Go ahead and do it. And to my believers out there, stop thinking that you have to live a life of insulation, All right. You don't live a life of insulation. All right. There's some things that you want to do, some things, places you want to go. And Christ is calling you to go ahead out there and do it. Go ahead out there and do it. Don't let this level be the only level. We don't know what tomorrow is going to bring. But, it's not really the length of your life that matters. It's the impact of your life that matters. I know people that have lived a long time and have made no impact. I know people that lived a very, very short time and impacted the world around them. And here's the funny thing. All of us can impact the world around us. Hey, what's up, Tahira? Tahira Jefferson checks in on Instagram Live. All of us can impact the world around us. I read a scary stat the other day. I don't know if it's true. I just read it. And I normally put up the suicide prevention hotline numbers. Said that every 20 minutes, or maybe it was every 20 seconds, but anyway, it was too fast, that someone commits suicide. Every 20 minutes, someone commits suicide. Everybody. I mean, it's crazy. Every 20 minutes, somebody, they said that 21 people try, but only one is successful or something like that. No. You were put here to make an impact. I don't care how tough life has gotten. That's part of your story. I don't care how down and out you think you are. That's part of your story. And it's not just for you. It's for others. Don't you rob other people. Get those suicidal thoughts out of your head, out of your brain. You rise from that. You listen over to my Spotify podcast. Had a guy on there, Leroy Stanford was on there, and he talked about his journey, 25 years clean, but he was a drug addict for nearly half his life. Lived in a homeless shelter across the street from his sister's house. Right? Could have quit, could have gave up. Right now, today, he is a director. He earned his PhD and everything else. He's director of a bunch of programs on addiction and is really serving the community. But what if he would have quit? What if he would have gave up while he was an addict? What if he would have quit? What if he gave up in the midst of all his troubles? And somebody here right now is about to throw in the towel. I don't want you to. You can't do that. You have to be unstoppable. You are unstoppable. God has placed something in you that the world needs. So we're talking about this urgency of now. So right now, if you have to, you pick yourself up. If you have to right now, shake out the cobwebs. If you have to right now, just throw away those pills you were about to take the OD on. If you have to right now, go get some help. It's the urgency in right now, because I want a front row seat. Watching you become who God has designed you to become. So there's a now urgency. It's a now urgency. Moms, don't quit just because you gotta raise your kids. I'm not raise your kids, but watch your kids at school, at home. Don't throw in the towel. Dads, don't throw in the towel. Kids, don't throw in the towel. All right. There's still work for you to do. Still things that must be done. There is an urgency of right now. Don't put it off. Do it. If it's changing your eating habits, change them today. So what? You had a bad breakfast. Change it today at lunch. Just change it. I don't know. Maybe there's somebody you need to call. Maybe there's somebody you need to forgive. I wrote a whole chapter about forgiveness in that book, Unstoppable. Where am I? I'm pointing to the wrong side. I don't know. I always point to the wrong side. There it is over there. In that book, Unstoppable. I wrote a whole chapter on forgiveness. Do it now. It's urgency. Right now. Right now. Right now. Right now. So our verse of the day was James 4:14. Make sure you get on that if you didn't have Bible study. Find me everywhere. Find me everywhere. Instagram Live, Facebook, LinkedIn, TikTok now. Started TikTok. Yeah. Started TikTok. Why did I start a TikTok? Because there's an audience there too that needs to be impacted. So started TikTok as well too. So check that out. I'm missing somewhere I'm on, Khayr. I don't know where I am. I don't know.
Twitter.
Yes, Twitter. I'm on Twitter as well. Go over to Spotify, the Unstoppable Podcast. We called it the Ralph Graves Jr. Podcast, but I switched it to the Unstoppable Podcast. Great guests. We go into depth about moments when they wanted to quit, about moments when they wanted to give up. I talked to Leroy Stanford on there, the guy I just talked to you about. He's on the Spotify. Go to Spotify and look up Ralph Graves Jr. or Unstoppable Podcast, whatever it is, and you'll see us over there. Go to YouTube Live. These broadcasts will be on YouTube Live. We have great guests on that. Talk to some reality TV stars about their journey. You know, sometimes we look at these reality TV stars and we think that they have it easy. The one guy I talked to, Dave Ammerman, 12-Pack Dave, you might remember him from I Love New York and what's that one about Daisy? Something Daisy. Dating Daisy or something. But he talked about that after that show, after his reality TV show, he couldn't find a job. 7 million viewers. The show goes off the air. He goes to work for an insurance company, Liberty Mutual. And after they Googled him, they let him go. So we think, and so he had to overcome that. So he talks about some hardships. And people have them. You're not alone. Everybody is experiencing some pain, but that pain is not a green light for you to throw in the towel. That pain should motivate you to start it now, to start your growth, your development, your plan, your business. Whatever it is God put inside you to do, that pain ought to motivate you to do it. It's pain that's the great motivator. You know, and I heard my mentor, John Maxwell, say this. He said, you know, you put a tack on a chair, you go to sit on the tack, it's the pain that motivates you to get up. So whatever pain that you're going through, let that be the motivation for you to start right now what it is you need to start. Don't worry about the critics. Everybody's a critic. Worry about the critics. Who cares about the critics? Listen, if they're criticizing you, ought to thank God, at least they're talking about you. I love critics. Good news, bad news, they talking about it. I love when they talk about me. Unstoppable was a terrible book. Well, I'm glad you read it. God bless you. Greg Kamen says this: the journey of 1,000 miles start with the first step. Take it now. Take it now. Man, you guys are some beautiful souls that are watching this program, that are listening to this program. And I thank you for that. I thank you for all of you guys that have checked in, all of you guys that have been a part of it, all you guys that hung in there and are watching the program on these different platforms. You know, stay encouraged, man. Guys, you can email me at ralph@ralphgravesjr.com. Is there a topic or something you think I should dive into, or maybe I have a suggestion? And if I think it's good for our audience, I'll dive right into it. Ralph@ralphgravesjr.com. You know, hey, what do you guys want to talk about? What do you guys want to dive into? I'll take a peek at that, and we'll dive into some things. You know, we often give like 5 or 6 strategies on how to handle some things, but I've been dealing with some pain in my life. I lost my dad, and the pain is unlike any other pain I've ever experienced. And those of you who have experienced loss know exactly what I'm talking about. So it kind of spurred me on to do some things right now that I haven't done or haven't been doing. And so we'll come back next Wednesday at 10 a.m. We'll come back next Wednesday with some great programming. But hey, listen, like I said, go over to Spotify, go over to YouTube. Thank you guys for joining in, and thank you guys for watching this program. Now, next week, again, Wednesday at 10 o'clock. We'll be Wednesday at 8. But we'll be here Wednesday at 10, and we'll be back with some great stuff. Hey, ladies, any final remarks?
Do it now.
About you, Kaya.
Have a good day and a good weekend.
Kaya, are you cooking this weekend?
I am next week.
Next week?
Thanksgiving, if you need some stuff.
All right. Yeah, we'll talk off air. Next week, we'll talk about what Kaya's cooking. I got chef. I'm surrounded by chefs. So if I gain weight, it's because my daughter's baking, Kaya's cooking. It's rough. It's rough. But we're going to keep doing what we're doing. Guys, thank you for watching the Ralph Graves Jr. Show. You guys have been awesome. Thank you, Instagram Live. Thank you, Facebook Live. Pray for me. I'll be praying for you. And remember, do it now. Start it right now. My name is Ralph Graves Jr., and I will see you guys next week. God bless you.